here with the knees supported by some blocks, or you can roll a couple of blankets. And then if you have another blanket, just folding it once, you can bring that up underneath the head and neck for support. We'll join the soles of the feet and prop up the knees. So make sure you're starting with no activity in the hips here. So the knees, bring them on a height high enough where they can support the knees or the thighs. Just releasing your arms at your sides to start. We'll just settle in here for a few breaths. I often think of this image that your mind is sort of like a snow globe. And if you shake it up, but stop. And that moment that it stops, if you imagine like the snow in a snow globe, it all just sort of settles. So taking that time to stop, let your mind settle. Let the snow fall. Take the hands together here, joining the index fingers and the thumbs, creating the shape of a diamond. Bring that diamond to your lower belly. And just start to breathe in and out. As you breathe in, lungs fill up with air, the chest and the belly will rise, the index fingers and thumbs come apart. As you exhale, the index fingers and thumbs will come back together. Stay with this for a few rounds of breath. Just watching the breath. Allowing the belly to rise and fall with every breath in and out. As you breathe in, expanding the chest and the belly, the index fingers and thumbs come apart. And as you breathe out, slowly allowing the index fingers and thumbs to come back together. Staying with us a couple more rounds, breath. And then just allowing the arms to release back down by your sides. Take a breath in. As you exhale, send it all the way down to your toes. We'll slide the hands to the outsides of the knees and draw the knees in toward one another here. Sliding your blocks out of the way, walk your feet out to the edges of the mat, drop the knees in toward the center. Then you can bend the elbows here, bringing the arms up overhead and just start to windshield wiper out the legs. Nice and easy. Knees left, right. And then the next time you drop your knees over to the left, just looking over that right shoulder, see if you can direct your breath into that whole right side. And slowly release the knees back toward the center. Bring them over to the right this time, and then directing your breath into that whole left side. And then nice and easy, releasing back to the center. Wrap your arms around the knees, give the knees a hug. And then just start some gentle circles here, releasing the low back down into the floor. Circling clockwise. And then circling counterclockwise. And then keep this right knee hugging in toward the chest. Just lengthen this left leg long onto your mat. Take a couple of breaths here. Drawing the knee in toward the chest, releasing through the front of that hip. And then start that same circle. Clockwise. And then counterclockwise here, just letting the sacrum release into the floor and then peel away. And then the next time you give your knee a hug, scoot your hips a bit to your right. Drop the knee across the body here. We'll set up for a twist, sliding that hand to the outside of the knee. Let the weight of that right shoulder blade release into the floor. Take another breath in. Exhale to deepen the twist. And then just unwinding here, coming back onto your back. Slide the hands back behind the thigh, just lengthen through that leg. And then bending the knee in nice and easy. And lengthen the leg. And just go through that a couple more times. Moving with your breath. Getting that full extension of the leg if you can, moving from your knee joint. If you'd like, you can point the toes as you extend, and then maybe flex the foot as you draw the foot in toward the signal. On this last one, find that full extension through the leg. Stay with the hands back behind the thigh, or slide them up to the calf. Draw your forehead toward your knee, peeling the upper body away from your mat. Take a breath. And as you exhale, really actively engage that leg. Think of reaching out through the toes as you slowly release the foot all the way down. Allow that leg to drop open. Noticing if that leg feels a little longer. And this time we'll give that left knee a hug. Start with a couple of breaths here. Interlace the fingers underneath the knee. Just use the upper body strength to draw your knee in toward your chest. And then we'll start that same circle. Circling clockwise here. Letting the low back press into the floor and then peel away. And then coming counterclockwise. That's already nice and easy. And the next time you draw your knee in toward the chest, scoot your hips a bit to the left this time. Drop the knee across the body. Let the weight of that left shoulder blade release into the floor. Take another breath in. Exhale here, twisting out. Unwind and come back onto the back. Slide the hands back behind the thigh here, and then just straighten all the way through that leg. And bend the knee in. So lengthening the leg here. And then bend the knee in. And then working with your breath, go through that a couple more times. Nice and easy. This last one, we'll lengthen the leg and hold. Find that full extension of the leg. Keep the hands back behind the thigh or slide them up to the calf. Draw your forehead toward your knee here. Take a breath in. And then taking that entire exhale to slowly lengthen the leg all the way toward that opposite palm. Let your legs drop open here. Maybe that leg feels a little bit longer. Noticing the difference in your hips. And I'll take the arms overhead. Take the stretch your fingers all the way to your toes. And then bending both knees in here. Drawing the knees in toward your chest. And a hug. And then peel the upper body away from the floor. Draw your nose toward your knees. Rock back along the spine a little. Use some momentum to rock up. And then just rocking back and forth. And we'll rock and roll on the spine. And the next time you come up, come all the way up to a seat. Using your momentum, and then you can take a block or a blanket underneath the seat here. And maybe prop up the hips. Sitting up nice and tall. Lengthen the crown of the head up toward the ceiling. Drop the sitting bones down into the floor. Join the palms together over your heart. Back to breath. We'll start class with the sound of one Om, inhaling. Open the eyes. Keep the hands where they are and start by spreading the fingers, so pressing together through the index fingers, the thumbs, the pinkies. From there, find a little broadening across the chest. And then from that broadening, reach the arms all the way up overhead. And as you exhale, releasing your hands back together over your heart. So palms press, arms lift, easing toward your thumb. Exhale, releasing the hands together, heart center. One more like that. Inhale, reaching the arms. Maybe straightening through the elbows. And exhale, release the hands back to heart center. So next time you inhale, take the arms all the way up. This time interlace your fingers, invert your palms, and lift them up toward the ceiling. As you find that lift up, sink your sitting bones down. Take a breath in. We'll bend the elbows here, nestle the back of the head into the arm. Stay here, breathing into the stretch, opening through the shoulders. And then take an inhale here, taking that entire out breath to release the hand. Slide this hand back behind your head. Ease up toward your elbow. As you exhale, round, fold over. So peeling out here, open across your chest. Exhale, round and fold. One more like that. Inhale, lengthening. Breathing into those side ribs. Exhale, folding over. The next time you peel out, go ahead and extend this arm all the way alongside your ear. And then notice if this other shoulder's creeping up by the ear. Can you draw your shoulder blade onto your back? And then from there, can you ground down to that opposite sitting bone and find a little more length out through your sideways. One more breath. We'll sweep this hand down to the floor. Draw your forehead towards your knee. This time dropping that left shoulder grip. And then taking a breath here, we'll sweep this hand to the outside of the knee. Take your other hand, bring it back behind you. Grow a little taller first. And as you exhale, coming into this twist. So on the inhale breath, find length up to the crown of the head. As you exhale, ribs wrapping around. From here, the head and neck will follow. Inhale to grow tall. Deepening that twist. One more breath. And then from here, stay in the twist. Take this other arm, bring it alongside the ear. Just come into a side bend in that other direction. Directing that breath into that whole right side. Take one more deep inhale. We'll sweep the hand down. Find the other knee and relax the back of the neck. And then on your next breath in, sweep the arms all the way up here. Like you're taking off your shirt. Go ahead and backstroke the arms back behind you. Finding that 4H motion through the shoulders. A little bit of a back bend here. Lift your heart and lift the chest. One more breath. Nice and easy, rocking back in the sitting bones. We'll switch to crossing the legs. Rejoin the palms over the heart, and then pressing the palms, lift the arms up. As you exhale, releasing the hands back together over heart center. So palms press, arms lift, easing toward the thumb. Exhale, releasing your hands together over your heart. Once again, reaching the arms, see if you can straighten all the way through the elbows if you're able. Exhale, releasing the hands to heart center. This next time you lift the arms, reaching up, take the opposite interlace of the fingers here, invert your palms, lift them up toward the ceiling as you sink your sitting bones down. Take a breath in, bend the elbows here, nestle the back of the head into the arm. And then breathe into the stretch from the shoulders. Taking an inhale, take that entire out breath to release the hand. We'll slide this other hand back behind your head, gaze up. Exhale, folding over, drawing it toward that opposite elbow. As you peel up, open across your chest. Exhale, round, fold over. One more like that, inhale, lengthening. Exhale as you fold. The next time that you peel up, just extending this arm all the way alongside the ear. And then relax the shoulder, so bringing the shoulder blade onto the back a bit more so it's not creeping up by the ear, ground down through that right sitting bone. Take a breath in, we'll sweep this hand down, draw your forehead toward your knee. This time allow the right shoulder to drop a bit. And then taking a breath in as you exhale, setting yourself up for this twist. Inhale, grow tall, exhale, twist. Lengthening up through the crown of the head and then deepening that twist, ribs wrapping around, head and neck follow. One more breath in. Staying in the twist here, taking that other arm alongside your ear. Take a side bend in that other direction. Keep the chest turning up, sideways long. Taking a deep inhale, we'll sweep this hand down. Find your other knee. From here, relax the back of the neck and fold over. And then as you inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up here like you're taking off your shirt. Backstroke the arms behind you. Come to fingertips, bend the elbows. Lift your heart, lift your chest like you've got a string. Lifting you up from the breastbone. One more breath in. And exhale, releasing. We'll slide off of the block or blanket if you're on one. You're welcome to bring that up underneath the knees for support. And then on the hands and knees. And we'll just start to cat-cow the spine. So make sure the hips and knees are in line here. Stack your shoulders so they're right over top of your wrists. And then as you extend the heart, drop the belly on an inhale breath. As you exhale, curling your tail under, so rounding all the way up into cat. And just go ahead and move through cat and cow, moving out of the breath. And then the next time that you curl the tail under and round all the way up through your spine, separate the knees a little wider apart, bring your hips all the way back toward your heels. We'll inch the fingertips out a little further to try to just rest the forehead on the mat. Since the forehead doesn't rest on the mat, try taking the knees a little bit wider. You can nod the head and just start to release any tension in the forehead. And then walk the hands over to the right, pressing into your hands. Reach your hips over to the left, breathe into that left side. Keep this nice and long, walk through center. We'll make our way over to the left. This time reaching your hips over to the right. Maybe that right palm stacks over top of left. Breathing into this whole right side. And then making your way back to the center. Keep the arms forward, and as you inhale, shifting forward, lengthening through the belly. And as you exhale, curling the tail under, round your spine, rock back. Just coming through more of an extended cat-cow here. Going for a couple more just like that, lengthening the belly as you shift forward. Shoulders coming a little forward to the wrist, and then think of the tailbone drawing you back. And then this next time you shift forward, we'll take this into a circle. So circling the hips all the way back and around to the right. After you've gone through a couple of circles clockwise here, reversing that circle, coming counterclockwise. Easy. And then from here, rising up, let's slide the hands in a bit. Take your right leg straight back behind you. We'll lift the leg so it's in line with the hip. And then go ahead and tap the toes down. And lift the leg up and try not to elevate that hip. Go for a couple just like that. And you can stay with this or you can extend that left arm. Tapping down and rising up. Think of hugging in toward the midline here. Keeping the head in line with the spine. And then find this reach in both directions here, holding on to this. Take another breath in. We'll take the hand down to the floor. Go ahead and stack your shoulder over the wrist. Take this right hand up and make a little fist. Take a circle. Circling the other way. Go ahead and extend the arm alongside the ear. Breathe into that whole right side. And then release the hand down here. Go ahead and step your left foot back to meet your right and come into a high plank from here, pressing into the hands. And as you exhale, draw your thighs back, lift up to down dog. Start to pedal in place, bending one knee as you reach and straighten that other heel towards your mat. Just kind of waking up the backs of the legs and keep things moving. And then lengthening the heels toward the floor. You can lift up through the sitting bones here and press into the hands, just moving toward the thighs, downward dog. We'll peel forward, lifting the heels high and shift back into that high plank position. Come forward onto your tippy toes, lower the knees down to your mat. See if you can control this descent. Elbows hugging in, lowering all the way onto the belly. And then activate the legs. Let that support a little lift of the chest here. Feeling the chest away, baby cobra. Pressing into your hands, draw back onto all fours. Realign just a bit. And this time we'll take that left leg straight back. So lifting the leg so it's in line with the hip, and try not to elevate that hip. Flex the foot here, tap the toes down, and rising up. Tap the toes down, rising up. Go through a couple more. Now you can stay here with just the leg or add the arm. So it's opposite arm to leg, reaching that right arm alongside you. Tapping down, rising up. Finding that connection to your core. Staying nice and steady here. Find that lift up out of the left wrist. This last one, we'll find this full extension of both directions and hold on to this. So really engaging the core. Back of the neck is long. Release the hand down here. Take the foot to the floor. Drop the heel. We'll stack the shoulder over the wrist. Take this hand up. Take a little circle of the wrist. Taking a fist here. Circling the other way. And then sweep this arm alongside the ear. Breathe into that whole left side. Taking the hand down here. Tucking the back toes under, we'll take the right leg back to meet the left. Come into that high plank. Really actively press the hands into the floor. And as you exhale, draw your thighs up and back. Come back to downward dog. Start to pedal in place once again. Bending one knee as you reach and straighten that opposite heel towards your mat. And then lengthen the heels toward the floor. Lift up through your sitting bones. Draw your thighs back, pressing weight into the hands. We'll peel forward and come back into a high plank or a push-up position. This time coming forward to tippy toes, lowering the knees. See if you can hug your elbows in, lower all the way onto the floor, controlling your descent. Coming onto the belly here, activate the legs, peel the chest away, take a baby cobra, and then pressing back through all fours, we'll tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. And then start to walk your feet to your hands. Walk the hands in a little, meeting up in the middle. We'll come to a forward fold, so take a deep bend in the knees here. Shake your head, yes, no. Starting to let go of any tension you're holding on to in the head, neck, and shoulders. And then soften your knees, but actively press the feet into the floor and start to roll your way up to stand, stacking one vertebrae on top of another here. And I'm going to slide my mat back a bit. I'm going to come into Tadasana. So go ahead and lift all 10 toes away from your mat. Spread your toes. Bring them down one at a time, pinkies to the big toes. And then from there, find that lift up, engaging the kneecaps, engage the quads, drop the tailbone, roll your shoulders back or top. As you inhale, take the arms all the way up. On an exhale, holding forward, a little bend in the knees. And then lengthening the belly here, hands can come onto the shins or thighs, really draw the heart forward. Folding forward, ground your feet, sweep the arms, rise all the way up to stand. And releasing the arms down. Tadasana. Inhale, taking the arms all the way up. Hinging from your hips or fold forward, a little bend in the knees. Take a long spine, hands might come to shins or thighs. And then folding forward, ground your feet here, soften the knees, rise all the way up to stand as you breathe in and breathing out. Tadasana, we'll add on from there. Inhale, folding the arms all the way up. Hinge from your hips here, fold forward over the legs. We'll find a long spine. Now you're welcome to grab a hold of blocks if you like. And from here, step your right leg back. And then lifting up high onto the fingertips, actively draw the back thigh toward the ceiling. We'll step the left foot back to meet your right and come into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift the heels, peel forward into a plank position. Go ahead and aim forward to the tippy toes, lower the knees down. Take your chest just between your hands. And then peeling the chest away here, activate the legs. We'll take cobra. From here, tucking the toes. Come back through fours, press into the hands, draw your thighs up and back to down dog. Take a breath. Stepping the right foot forward. And then stepping the left foot to meet the right. Folding over the legs, ground the feet here, take the arms all the way up. And releasing the arms down. Tadasana. So coming on to the other side, inhale, sweep the arms. Hinging from your hips, a little bend in the knees if you'd like, pull forward. Lengthening the belly, heart draws forward. As you draw the heart forward, take your left foot back. And then from here, stepping that right foot back to meet your left. Downward dog. Lift your heels high, glide forward on your next breath in, plank. Aim the chest forward, lowering the knees down, hug your elbows in, lower all the way onto your belly. Activate the legs here, peel your chest away, take cobra, and then drawing back for all fours, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back to downward dog. Take a breath in. Stepping the left foot forward. Step the right foot to meet your left. Fold over. Grounding the feet here, take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. And breathing out. Tadasana. Inhale, arms all the way up overhead. Hinge from your hips here, fold forward over the legs. Lengthening the belly, heart draws forward, we'll take the right leg back. And then lift the back thigh away from the floor here, lifting high on the fingertips. From here, stepping that left foot back to meet your right. Coming into downward facing dog. Lift the heels, slide forward into a plank, lower the knees down. Nice and easy, lower the chest just between the hands. Activate the legs, peel your chest away, take cobra, and then drawing back for all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back to down dog. This time as you inhale, we'll send the right leg back behind you. And from here, step it all the way forward between the hands. And then you can wiggle the back toes back a bit. You're welcome to grab your blocks, lower the back knee, and sink the hips. Start to sink, settling in a bit. And then bring your hands onto this front thigh, lift your chest, press down for that right foot to rise up. And then re-sink the hips, keep those hip points pressing forward. Press down, rise up. Re-sink the hips, hip points pressing forward. One more, press down. This next time you re-sink, take your hands onto your front thigh or sweep the arms onto asana. And then we'll release the hands down to the floor here. Go ahead and grab a hold of your blocks. Lift the heart, and as you exhale, lengthen all the way through this front leg. So as you rebend the front knee, the heart will draw forward. And as you exhale, lengthen all the way through this front leg. So we need to grab the blocks here. Heart draws forward as you bend the knee. And then as you lengthen, hips draw back. On this last one, we'll lengthen as much as you can through this front leg. Popping the back foot in just a bit, shorten your stance. So remember, you're welcome to take the blocks onto the high height here as needed, the medium height or the low height. And then can you soften into this a bit? Can you relax your jaw? Soften your face. Take another breath in. Exhale the breath. We'll rebend this front knee. And then from here, just step the left foot to meet your right. Fold over the legs. Softening your knees a bit. Hinge from your hips, rise up. And releasing the arms down. Tadasana. Inhale, floating the arms all the way up overhead. Hinging from your hips here. Fold forward. Lengthening the belly. This time the left leg will step back. And then see if you can lift the fingertips away from the floor, really actively engage the back leg a bit more. And we'll step that right foot back to meet your left. Downward facing dog. Lift the heels high, glide forward, find your plank position. Aim forward of the chest, coming onto the tippy toes, lower the knees. Keep the elbows drawing in, lower all the way onto the belly. From here, legs are active. Peel the chest away, cobra. And then from here, draw back, draw forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back to down dog. Take a breath. And on this next breath in, send the left leg straight back, downward dog split. We'll carefully bring it forward between the hands. So you might need to wiggle the back toes back a bit. And then grabbing a hold of your blocks, lower this back knee, maybe patting this knee as needed, and start to sink your hips. Give yourself a moment to kind of settle in. And then you can bring the hands onto the front thigh, press down, rise up, and then re-sink. Sinking a little deeper into that front knee. Press down, rise up. Make sure the hip points are traveling forward evenly here so the pelvis is level. One more. We're going to re-sink and hold. Stay with the hands on the front thigh or take the arms all the way up. Anjaneyasana, lift through the chest. We'll circle the arms back around. Tuck your back toes under, come back to a little lunge. From here, lengthen over that front leg. As you rebend, heart draws forward. Exhale, lengthen over that front leg. Two more like that. On this last one, lengthen all the way, maybe hopping this back foot in a bit, round the heel. Lengthening the belly. Again, you can bring that blocks up a bit. See if you can ground that heel, so even if you have to shorten the stance a little. And then whatever height works for you with the blocks, and then softening into this. Allow the weight of the head to release, relax your jaw. Soften the face a bit. Nice easy breaths in and out. Rebound the front knee. Coming back into a low lunge, wiggle the back toes back a bit, and we'll step this right foot to meet the left. Holding over here, ground the feet, keep the arms all the way up as you breathe in. And breathing out. Tadasana. Inhale, taking the arms all the way up overhead. Hinge from your hips here, fold forward. And we'll find a long spine. And this time step back into a plank. And then from here, just draw the thighs up and back. So coming into downward dog. We'll step the right foot forward. Turn the back foot out and ground the heel. As you feel steady, reach the arms up. Coming into warrior one. See if you can sink the outer edge of that back foot all the way down to the floor. And as you do, find this lift of the chest. And if it feels like too much to bring the hands in line with the shoulders, maybe widen the hands a little. Soften the face, sinking into that front knee. Take another breath here. As you exhale, we'll open up to warrior two. So readjust the stance a bit. Making your stance a little wider here so that this knee lines over the ankle. And then find that reach and extension out from the arms. Settle into the hips. Relax your jaw. Take another breath here. And then on your next breath in, take this back hand all the way down to the floor. And we'll step the right foot back to meet the left. Take a couple of breaths here in downward dog. And when you're ready, stepping the left foot forward this time. Turn the back foot out and ground the heel. Float the arms all the way up into warrior one. Bending into that front knee. Sink the outer edge of the back foot to the floor. As you ground the heel, find that lift of the chest. Find this extension up through the arms, breathing in and out. And then from here, we'll take a breath. Exhale it fully. And then take an inhale as you exhale. Open out to warrior two, so readjust the stance a bit. And then as you bend into this front knee, just make sure you're not rolling in on the inside of this foot. Get that left knee opening out to the left. Find that reach and extension out through the arms. Settle into the hips a bit, relax your jaw. Soften the face. We'll take another breath. And then from here, as you inhale, take this back hand all the way down to the floor. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Make your way to downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Nice and easy. And then on your next breath in, step the right foot forward. Turn the back foot out here. We'll ground the heel. Take the arms all the way up. Come back into warrior one. Find this lift of the chest. Find this energy out through the fingertips. Reaching through the arms. And this time, take a breath. As you exhale, we'll open all the way up to warrior two. Readjust your stance a bit. So either bringing this front foot forward or the back leg back a bit, and then really bend into that front knee, eventually lining the knee over the ankle. Bringing that front thigh more or less parallel to the mat. And then turn the palms up, open the chest a bit. Maybe find a little broadening through the collarbones. And then keeping those upper arms rolling out, just bring your palms to face back down. From here, we'll flip the front palm, send the back hand down the back thigh, take a reverse warrior. And then from here, coming back into warrior two, lengthen that front leg all the way. Cut the right hip under, lengthening through the right side waist here. Take the hand to the shin, that left arm will lift up toward the ceiling. Trikonasana. Keep the chest turning up, and you're welcome to shift this gaze up toward that hand if that feels like too much on the neck. Either looking forward or maybe taking the gaze down toward your front big toe. On your next breath in, press down to rise up. We'll bring those right toes so they're parallel to the left. Turn to face the sidewalk here. Lift your chest. Extending through the arms and then hinging from your hips. Hold all the way forward. We'll come into a wide-legged forward fold. You're welcome to take the hands onto the block or the floor here. And then take a peek at your feet. Make sure that they're parallel to one another. Readjust as needed. Toes either pointing straight ahead or slightly turned in. Nice wide stance. And from here, lengthening the belly. Taking that left hand underneath your nose. You can take it to the block here on the floor. Take your right hand onto the sacrum, that flat bone at the base of the spine. Start to turn your chest. And then from here, take this right arm up toward the ceiling. See if you can ground down to lift up, finding that left up to the right fingertips. One more breath here. Unwind. Bring the right palm underneath the nose this time. Keep this left hand onto the sacrum. Start to turn the chest. And then staying here with the hand on the low back or floating that top arm up toward the ceiling. Can you ground down to lengthen out through those left fingertips? And nice and easy, releasing. Start to walk your hands around toward this front foot. You can bring the block with you if you like. Spin off the back heel. Lower the back knee all the way down. Settle into the hips a bit. And then from here, find this lift of the chest. We'll back the hips up, join the palms together over the heart. And then draw the heart forward, sink into that front knee. This time, coming into a twist. So hooking this elbow to the outside of the knee. And you're welcome to stay here with this back knee on the floor or tuck the back toes under for a little more challenge. Lift the back knee away from the floor. Really energize that back thigh. Press the right palm into the left to turn the chest up. And then if you came up, come on back down, just like you came into it. And this time we'll tuck the back. Let's lengthen through this front leg. So you can bring your hands onto the blocks. And then we'll rebend and draw the heart forward. And as you exhale, draw the hips back. And lengthen all the way through that front leg. And go through that a couple more times. Opening up the fronts of the hips and the backs of the legs. Then the next time that you rebend this knee, we'll take it into a little circle clockwise. Kind of opening up through the hips. Circling around 2 more times. The next time you rebend the knee, we'll come back into a low lunge. Lift the back knee away from the floor. Step this left foot to meet the right. And then toe heel the feet apart a bit here. You can grab a hold of opposite elbows, lengthening through your belly. As you exhale, release the chest onto the thighs and pull forward. Uttanasana. Into this forward fold. Gravity is on your side here. Allow the weight of the head to release. We also take a block as needed. Giving into gravity here, letting go. Take another breath in. And then from here, we'll soften the knees. And roll it up to stand, just stacking one vertebrae on top of another here. Roll your shoulders back and more tall. Tuggle the feet in a bit. Come back to Tadasana, taking a moment. Finding that grounding down to lift up. And then as you inhale, taking the arms all the way up. So as you exhale, fold all the way forward. Lengthening the belly, we'll step into a plank. And from here, draw the thighs up and back to dog. Taking the left foot forward, this time ground the right heel. Lift the arms up overhead. Into Virabhadrasana 1. Through the grounding of that heel, find that lift of the chest. Find that extension out through the arms. Remember, you can always take the hands to a V. Breathing into this. And then take a breath in. We'll open it up to Warrior 2. Readjust your stance a bit here. Sinking into that front knee, and then find this reach and extension out through the arms. Look back at that back hand, one long line, fingertip to fingertip. Relax your jaw. Soften your face a bit. Easing into this. Let's come to a reverse warrior. So flip your front palm. Send the back hand down the back thigh. And then coming back into Virabhadrasana 2. Lengthen all the way through that front leg. Cut the left hip under. We'll reach the hips over to the right. Taking that hand down, turn your chest up. Trikonasana or triangle pose. And you can lift the gaze toward that top hand. You can look straight ahead or turn the gaze down towards your front big toe. Keep the low ribs rolling under to help the chest turn up. And then pressing down to rise up like somebody's got you by the wrist. Come all the way up to stand. Bring the left foot so it's parallel to the right. Turn to face the side wall here, hands on hips or extend the arms. And then think of hinging from your hips to fold all the way forward. And you're welcome to grab a block here. You can stay with a soft bend in the knees. You can work towards lengthening the legs here. As you do, lifting the hips up toward the ceiling. Take another breath. And then we'll lengthen the belly. So come to a flat back here. You might need to use a block. And this time taking the right hand to the block, left hand to the sacrum. Start to turn the chest. Stay with this or sweeping that left arm high. Grounding down the rise up. Open across the chest, open across the shoulder. And then release. Left hand underneath the nose here, right hand to the sacrum. And from here, reaching that top arm high. Ground down the lift up, one more breath. Go ahead and unwind. Walk the hands around toward this front foot. Bring the toes to point forward, spin off the back heel. Sinking all the way down. Take a moment to settle into the hips. And then press down, rise up. Go ahead and re-square the hips here, join the palms over the heart. Rebend this knee, aim the chest forward. We're going to take a twist to the left. And you're welcome to stay here with that knee on the mat. For a little more challenge, tuck the toes under, lift that back knee away, and then really actively engage through that back thigh. Press the left palm into the right to turn the chest, look over that left shoulder. One more breath. Exhale fully. And then unwind. If you lifted the back knee, lower it back down. And then you can bring your hands onto blocks here or the floor, and we'll lengthen over that leg. As you rebend, draw your heart forward, and then lengthening over that leg. And just move through that a couple more times, opening up the fronts of the hips here and the backs of the legs. And then the next time that you rebend this front knee, we're going to take a little circle of the hips. This time circling counterclockwise. On this last one, we'll rebend this knee. Draw the heart forward, tuck the back toes under, lift through the belly. We're going to step the right foot to meet the left. Don't feel the feet apart of it. And you're welcome to take a hold of blocks here. You can take a hold of opposite elbows. And then allow the weight of the head to just release here. In fact, even if you have that availability, see if you can release the chest toward the thighs. Even if you have to take that bend in the knees, and then maybe stay with that bend in the knees, or start to lengthen the legs, not by just straightening through the knees, think of lifting the hips up. Eventually bringing those hips over the heels, deepening that opening in the whole back body. Breathe here. And then we're going to roll it up to stand. So stacking one vertebrae on top of another, take a little bend in the knees, engage the abdominals here, press the floor away. Roll it up to stand. Take a moment, twinkle the feet in a bit, and just stand in Shavasana. See if you can find that grounding down to lift up. And then start by spreading through the right toes for all the way into that right foot. Take the left foot to the heel. You can bring it to the calf. Or you can grab a hold of the foot and bring it to the inner thigh. We're going to set up for Vrikshasana. Take a moment to just notice if you're pressing into that right hip so much that the hips are not level. Work toward leveling the hips, and then find this length up to the crown of the head like there's a string lifting you up toward the ceiling, while you simultaneously ground down into the floor if you've got roots. And then you're welcome to stay right here and take the arms all the way up. Maybe the gaze lifts. releasing nice and slow the way you came out of it. We'll release back to 2 feet. Take a moment here to just stand on 2 feet. And then start by spreading the toes of the left foot, grounding down through the left leg. Right foot comes up. So you can bring it with the foot on the floor, heel to heel. You can bring it to the calf, or using your hand, draw it all the way into the inner groins. And then make sure you're not dropping or sinking into this left hip. In fact, find that lift up. And then keeping the toes spread, grounding down. Remember, those little adjustments your ankle are making is making, that's balance. So you don't want to stop those adjustments because chances are it'll just fall over. So you just want to work with that and readjust as needed. And then you can take the arms up overhead from here. Lift the gaze. Bring your hands apart. Take another breath. And then nice and easy, slowly releasing. We'll come back to stand on 2 feet. Nice. And from here, inhale, taking the arms all the way up. Hinging from your hips, fold forward. And we'll toe heel the feet all the way out to the edges of the mat this time. And then sink down into a yogi squat. So we're getting this full flexion at the hip joints, the knee joints, and the ankle joints. And then you can find a little bit of a lift up out of this. So instead of just sinking down, lift away. So engaging the belly and the pelvic floor. And then as the tailbone drops down, crown of the head reaches up, take one more breath. Exhale here, sink back down. We're going to release and just kind of roll onto your back from here. And then grab a hold of your ankles. And from here, ground the sacrum. You can stay with the hands on the ankles, or if it's available to you, you can wrap the hands around the arches of the feet. Just make sure that sacrum is grounding. And then kind of rocking side to side here. We'll come into happy baby. It should feel nice. And then from here, if you like, you can lengthen through one leg, and you both knees in, lengthen through the other. And nice and easy. We'll go ahead and draw the knees in together. Take a little circle of the hips. And we'll come into our figure 4 stretch, so releasing both feet to the floor. Take your right ankle over your left knee here. Keep that right knee opening out to the right. Flex the feet a bit, draw your toes back, breathe into the stretch. If this feels like too much tension in the upper body, just kind of release your arms at your sides. So working within your own range, wherever that may be. And we'll stay with us for 4 more rounds of breath. And then from here, release it a bit, and then you can cross this leg over, so right leg over, and you can grab a hold of the ankles. And then from here, these are kind of like handlebars. You draw it in towards you, and you pull apart. You should feel that stretch right through the outside of that right thigh. Just breathe into this. And you have the control here, so you can back off a bit as needed, pull in a little closer. And then from here, go ahead and lower the feet to the floor. We're going to scooch the hips a little bit to your right and just drop the knees across the body here. Then up for a twist. Those legs as is. And then unwind. And we'll unwind the legs. Take this left ankle this time to your right knee. So staying here, if you're already feeling the stretch, you can lift that foot away, or you can slide the hands back behind this right thigh this time. Flex the feet a bit, draw your toes back. Again, if you feel like you're really struggling to bring those hands back behind the thigh, then just keep your arms released to your sides. Figure 4 stretch or reclining pigeon. Staying with us a few more rounds, breath. And then from here, cross this leg over and grab a hold of the ankles. And then this is sort of like your handlebars. So you can release it, you can pull it in towards you, you can pull the legs apart of it. You might sort of feel like a pretzel here. And then just breathe wherever you are. Another couple of breaths here. We're going to release, but keep the knees like they are with that one leg wrapped over. Scoot your hips a little bit to your left, drop the knees across the body. Oh. And into this twist with the legs crossed, and then you can let the weight of that right or left shoulder blade release. Breathing into that whole left side. One more breath, and we'll unwind here. Back to middle, unwind the legs. This time, draw your nose towards your knees, hug your knees to your chest, rock along the spine. We're going through a couple rock and roll, just like we did toward the beginning of class. And then the next time you wrap it up, come on up to a seat. Lengthen the legs out in front of you here, rock it side to side to bring the extra flesh away from the sitting bones. And we'll reach the legs out to the corners of the mat. Keep the right leg long, bend the left knee in. Draw the foot in toward the groins, and then take a quarter turn to your right, face that leg. So leg is reaching out toward the right corner of the mat, lengthen your belly here. Hold over. Janu Shavasana. Take another breath in. So you can find that sense of Tadasana through that whole right leg. And then you're going to drop this right shoulder to the inner thigh. Turn your chest up from here. Sweep this left arm alongside your ear. Breathe into that whole left side. Really flex this foot, draw the toes back. Inhale, slowly rise up. We'll re-extend the left leg. And the right knee in, draw the foot into the inner groins. Pull the extra flesh away from the sitting bones. Quarter turn to your left, face that leg. Lengthen your belly first, and then hinging from your hips, fold over. Arms kind of just release where they may come back behind the foot, they may not. You can take a little bend of that left knee as needed. You can back off a little if you're feeling a little tension through the low back here. And just breathing into this stretch, Janu Shavasana. Breathe. Stay here for a couple more rounds of breath. Getting a little more length through the belly on every inhale and a little more extension, and then as you exhale, pulling forward a little more deeply. And this time dropping this left shoulder to the inner thigh, turn the chest up from here, sweep that right arm alongside you. And then direct your breath into that whole right side, lengthen out through the right fingertips here. Keep this left leg actively engaged. Breathing in and out, one more breath. Slowly rise back up. We'll re-extend the right leg. Draw the legs together here, shake it out a little. And then keeping a block handy, we'll bend the knees in and roll all the way down onto the back here. And we're going to come into a supported bridge. So walk the feet all the way in toward the sitting bone width apart. Lift the hips here. Slide your block if you have one up underneath. If you don't have a block, just come into a regular bridge at first. You can bring this block either at the low height or medium height here. And then you're welcome to stay here in a supported bridge, or you can come into a supported shoulder stand, extending one leg and then the other up toward the ceiling. So if you don't have a block or a couple of solid books at home, you are welcome to bring your legs up the wall. And I would do that by bringing your side against the wall and then swinging the legs up. Same effects, and then just release your arms at your sides here. You can close your eyes. We're here for a few breaths, just breathing in and out. Just allowing for the return of blood flow back to the heart. Softening the face, allow the jaw to relax. Easy breaths in and out here. And then if you're in legs at the wall, you're welcome to stay there for our final pose. If you're in a supported shoulder stand, take another breath here. Exhale fully. And then we'll slowly bend the knees. And bring the feet back down to the floor. Nice and easy. One final challenge, trying to bring the feet down together. Once you're here, lift the hips, slide your block out, walk your feet up to the edges of the mat. Just take a moment to neutralize. Initial wiping out the legs. After you've gone through a couple of cycles on your own, dropping the knees to the left, to the right, feet wide. Go ahead and lengthen one leg, and then the other, long onto your mat here. And you're welcome to take this blanket, if you have one, and roll it, and bring it up underneath your knees here for support. And then if you've got a sweatshirt or a blanket, if you like, you can lie that over you. Come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. You're welcome to stay with legs up the wall, or go ahead and bend the knees in and slide the feet down the wall if you're at legs up the wall. Pull them around to your side and then meet up with us in Shavasana, our final resting pose. So the arms release at your sides, palms face up. From here, start to deepen your breath. Use movement to the body. Wiggling the fingers, the toes. And when you're ready, taking the arms up overhead, just getting this final stretch. From your fingers all the way down to your toes. Take a deep breath in, we'll bend the knees in one at a time. Just make your way over onto your right side and pause. Taking a moment to just soak in all the effects of the practice. And keeping your eyes closed. Making your way up to a seat, nice and easy. Coming back to where we started, you're welcome to take that block or blanket underneath if that serves for support. Take a moment to come back to your breath. And we'll rejoin the palms together over the heart. Revisiting your intention. And from here, closing class with the sound of one Om.